What's going on, y'all? See, listen, don't come on my throat, okay? Because some of y'all been all up in my comments like, girl, where is the review? Where is the review? Ma'am, Mr., Sir, Lady, I'm coming, okay? Listen, if I don't say that I'm not reviewing something, I will let you guys know if I'm reviewing something or not, if I'm normally used to always reviewing it, you know what I'm saying? Girl, last week just was a hectic week, okay? I was going through some stuff, okay? And then I fell behind on some stuff and I had to come on up on it, okay? So this is why you're getting this review a little bit later, all right? But I'm still going to give it to you, okay? So basically, American Horror Stories, if you don't know, American Horror Story, the original, it comes back on August the 25th, okay? Back on FX, it's called Double Feature. It's giving me very much The Shining meets Misery and stuff like that. So I'm very much here for it. Okay, I saw my girl Angelica Ross up in there, aka Candy from Pose. I said yes. Okay, we seeing all the people back. All the people is coming back. Miss Balenciaga, she's coming back, and I'm just like yes. Okay, I'm seeing all my old people. It was very nice to see my boo. Okay, Cody Fern. In this one, even though this episode really wasn't much, okay, it was giving me Wayward Pines. Okay, remember that show Wayward Pines? Baby, that shit was good. Okay, that's what it was giving me with them people that was just creatures in the night and stuff like you turn into it if you get bit. If you never seen Wayward Pines, I would suggest you try to look it up and try to find it somewhere and watch it and actually read the books as well, because when I tell you it was a good show, it was a good show. And they still could have continued it, but I think it got canceled like after 2 or 3 seasons, but it was really, really good. But anyway, this is American Horror Story Season 1, Episode 6, Feral. Okay, so we got this couple, and this review shouldn't be that long unless I talk too much. We got this couple, Jay and Addie, probably short for Addison, but we're going to call her Addie. They have a son named Jacob. Looks like to be around maybe 3 years old, 2 or 3 years old. They're going camping. He's all up into, I don't know what he was doing, but he kind of like cleans up firms and stuff like that. That's what it seemed like whatever issues that they having at different type of firms and I guess on Wall Street or whatever corporate organizations. That's what I'm talking about. He comes in and he's like a fixer or whatever. That's what it seemed like. And she was a school teacher, so basically he wanted them to go camping. They going out there in the woods, and mama is like, listen, we done passed all these years or whatever in life. Why do we still have to go through this? Okay, we are in 2021 or whatever time it was then. We are in the modern age. Why do we have to go out here camping? Okay, but she came around to it. They had a nice little setup too. I was like, wait a minute, a little portable toilet, and then had a little tent for the portable toilet. I said that was cute. And then with the the lights on the tent or whatever for where they gonna sleep at. I said, hold up. Now when they was out there kicking it, okay, and they was putting a tent up or whatever, you noticed it was something in the back, okay, with something in the back looking. And I was like, oh, all right, this how we started it off, okay. Next thing they get in the tent, they put the little baby to sleep, and I'm sitting here like, y'all in the same tent and y'all about to do it? Y'all about to do it? I said, listen, we will find any type of way to do it, all right? That's how people during the Great Depression and, motherfuckers be sleeping like 15 kids in the house, okay? Only one bedroom. How y'all covering it up that y'all doing it and having sex up in there, okay? With them motherfuckers just sitting down there looking like this, or they listening. Girl, I just be wanting to know I want to talk to somebody from back then, like really, really from back then, and just like years ago, like far enough, I want to talk to somebody and get like that historical aspect from them or whatever. But anyway, moving on from that. So when they was about to get it in, something rolled past. I said, uh-oh, no. Meanwhile, you keep on hearing this growling, okay? But they're not hearing it yet. So it's the next morning, and Jacob and Jay, they're about to go fishing, okay? And so they're playing in the woods or whatever, and they're playing peekaboo and all this stuff. And, little Jacob getting ahead of himself. And while they're doing that, trying to get to the river, Addie she coming out of the tent where the bathroom was, and it's a spot of blood on there. Okay, she like, wait a minute, that wasn't there just a few minutes ago. Now what happened? So she's following the trail of it, and then she looks up, turns around and look up, and there's a deer that was slaughtered, pent up in a tree. And she like, oh my God, what is that? And then she heard this growling noise. Next thing you know, you hear Jay calling Jacob, because after they played peekaboo for they did peekaboo 3 times. And on that 3rd time, he literally disappeared. They couldn't find him or anything. And so, of course, they're going into hysterics about it or whatever. And at this point, that's where the story stopped for them. All right. I'm thinking we finna see the whole process of them trying to find the baby or whatever. No, it goes 10 years later. So apparently they did try to find him. He was all in the news and all in the newspapers, and, made a national story about it. Made the parents somewhat famous, but in a negative way, especially for the father. He's living up in a 1-bedroom apartment, and somebody you see all the news clippings and stuff, that's on the walls. I don't wish that on anybody. I don't wish that on anybody, because can you imagine the guilt you may feel, a person can feel, losing a child or having their child taken away from them? Let me pause for a second, because what's her name? Sharisha or Shaisha or whatever, the American Idol alum. I feel so bad, because at first I was like, they had made it seem like the baby was malnourished, and that's why she got her baby taken away. This is a true story, so I'm sorry to interrupt. But, this literally just happened. She got her baby taken away because the baby was malnourished. She went to the hospital 5 months ago, and her first baby was a little bit malnourished because he was not taking the milk. When I first seen the headline about this, and I read a little bit, and it didn't say that the baby wasn't taking the milk. They just said that the baby was malnourished. Okay, and I was like, well, if the baby is malnourished, then there's some child neglect going on. But see, you have to read and find a more extensive articles or whatever, and come to find out the baby appeared to be malnourished. Okay, because she came to the hospital because she needed help for the simple fact that the baby was not taking her milk. All right, and the baby wasn't feeding right. So she does the right thing by going to the hospital to get help, because something could possibly be wrong with either her or the baby. And instead, she gets falsely accused of basically child neglect and making it seem as if the baby was malnourished. And they said that the person that do this, she has a history of doing this. Not Shaisha. Girl, I hope I am saying her name right, but just look up American Idol alum gets her baby taken away. And she was also pregnant. She was also pregnant in that same thing, in that same vein and time frame with her second child. And they took her baby away, put him in a foster care. She has not seen her baby since, okay? And I feel that's really fucked up. They falsely accused that lady of basically being child neglect. That's what it seems like. And then because she gave birth to her newborn, where she was actually breastfeeding, the cops put out a warrant and stopped her and took the baby from her. I saw the video, and it was so fucking heartbreaking. I said, this is all because she still has an open case against her, investigation or something like that. It's crooked. It just shows how crooked the system is, because they said that the lady that, they was lying on them. They was lying on them and putting words in their mouth and, twisting things and not really doing a test or whatever that was needed. And then the person that was ahead of this, she's notoriously known for doing stuff like this and having false cases brought against parents. I'm sorry to get up into this, but it was on my mind, it was on my heart, because after I seen this, it's just like, don't nobody want their child taken away from you. You go to the hospital, get your child taken care of, and then that happens, and they think that, I know it's some fucked up parents out there, but everybody's not about trying to, hurt kids. They actually trying to get help, and then you're taking them away from the parents, and she don't know where the baby at, haven't seen the baby in 5 months, and now you're taking away her other child that she just gave birth to. And it was just a lot. It was just a lot. I really pray for her. But anyway, let me bring this back to the show. I just couldn't imagine how that would feel to a parent getting their child taken away or not knowing where they are. I pretty much would probably be that person that would be trying to look and put all the stuff on the wall, and I'm trying to follow all the clues. I would never give up. And that's what Jay did. He was never giving up until somebody knocks on the door, okay? He thinking it is somebody from the building management trying to put him out, and he said, I'm not going nowhere until my lease is over with. Come to find out, it's this guy named Bob Birch, okay? He claims he's a hunter. He claims that, he knows who he is, and he knows where his son is, or at least he has some type of idea because he saw a picture of his son, in the woods, because that's where he be out there hunting all the time, and he showed him this black and white photo that looked like it came from like a video camera or whatever that was outside. And it did look like a still shot of somebody out there that could be around the same age as his child, his son. Plus, he showed him this compass, this Boy Scout compass that he gave Jacob, okay? So that convinced him. And so now, he was like, I take you out there to go see what's up. I just need some expenses, because they got marijuana growers out there in the cartels or whatever, so to pay them off and just to get us safe passage. That's what I need the money for. Okay, fine. And as soon as he said that shit, I knew it was a scam. Girl. He get out, of course, but you gotta be a sick individual to prey on somebody who was at their lowest like this. And then when it's a child involved, no, you gotta be a sick individual to try to scam them like that. So, of course, Jay, being the parent that he is and obsessed with the fact that he feels like it's his fault that he lost the boy, so he goes over there to his ex-wife, who they got divorced because Jay wanted her to feel some type of, he felt guilty. Even though Addie said that she didn't blame him and didn't feel guilty for him or whatever, put the guilt on him, he was like, I can see it. She was like, ooh. He was like, girl, excuse me. Girl, I almost died. And y'all sitting here watching like this. You ain't even gonna pat me on my back or nothing. But anyway, it was like, offer me a bottle of water next time, okay? Don't be rude. Anyway, he was like, I saw it in the way that you talked, your tone, your actions, okay? You may not have said that you wanted a divorce, but that's what you was giving off. And so, she was at one point in another relationship with this guy named Ray, but, they broke up because he wanted kids, and she was like, she already started a family before, and she only believes in one family per lifetime, And I get what she's saying, but mostly it was because she couldn't deal with the hurt of having another child, knowing that her first child is not here. That's what it is, okay? And so he convinced her, because at first she was like, it's a scam. It's a scam. He wants $10,000 and he needed the money from her, okay? Because she's still doing stuff successfully. She's not a teacher anymore because of the public scrutiny, but she's like, it seems like she's a real estate agent, and or a real estate developer, so he wanted $10,000, and then, he showed him the clock, the compass, I should say. And so once she saw that, because she didn't want to see the picture, and I'm pretty sure if she would have saw the picture, she probably would have knew that that wasn't her baby either. But, she wanted to see the picture. He showed her the compass. And when she saw that, she broke down. Next thing you know, they're out there in the woods with old boy. Okay, so they have been convinced to go look for the boy out there. We get all that little history about what's going on between them and what happened to their marriage and the breakdown into all of that. But then they get to the ranger station, okay? The ranger station, and the ranger is played by my boo, Cody Fern. Okay, go back to American Horror Story Apocalypse, okay? He was the son of the devil. He was Lil Nas X cousin, okay? Listen, let me stop. I love them both, but it was funny. I couldn't resist it. But, just fabulous, okay? I was like, oh my God, look at Cody. He's still look cute, okay? But in his everyday wear. And he had an Australian accent. Good day. I said, excuse me, sir, what? You're in the middle of what? in America with this accent. He said, listen, I just came over here. Okay. I said, all right, cool. You know, I'm not being ignorant. I'm just being funny. But anyway, so they ran up into him, and Birch was just being kind of ficky with him. And, you know, his name is Stan, to let you know. His name is Stan. And basically Stan was like, why you out here? He was like, I'm finna take him into the Malvados or whatever, the thick of the woods, okay? Into the thick of it, okay? And he was finna take him all the way out there. And my boo was like, don't do that, okay? Take these people back home. He was like, listen, bro, you up here talking about this some stuff because, you know, my boo knew something was going on in the woods or whatever because he's out there all the time. And so at this point, you know, O'Roy was getting pissed off, and Cody told them, or I should say Stan told them, I would suggest you go back the way that you came, okay? You know, so he go back up in his cabin, and when he looking over, he hears the grumbling and growling and stuff or whatever. And so Birch winds up taking them into the thicket, you know what I'm saying, into the valley or whatever. And so they come up on these people. Mind you, he said something about, you know, it's supposed to be illegal marijuana growers and stuff like that. They probably got something to do with it. And they get to these people and they're slaughtered, okay? Bodies everywhere. So at this point, they're like, what the hell is going on? Even Birch is confused, okay? And then it all comes out. It was a whole scheme, okay? He basically was going to use these people, get them the money, the $10,000, and have Addie and Jay come to them. They take them, make them disappear, get all of their money, get their credit cards and stuff, and just use their shit up, okay? And they wasn't supposed to come out of that place alive. Girl, they was so pissed off, and it was so fucking... I was upset. But, you know, sometimes justice is swift and karma is a bitch, okay? Because soon as he pulled that gun out trying to, you know, make it seem like he was finna shoot them if they come any closer, whatever, you know, next thing you know, one of them things that was behind him that they thought was there woke up and just started gnawing on his ass and his neck and everything. I was like, oh my God, okay? And it caused him to react, a natural reaction of pulling the trigger, and he pulled it at least 3 times, and the last time it had hit Jay in like the side or whatever. And so, you know, Addie and Jay, they run up out of there. They go to the ranger station, and he was like, oh my God, what's going on? What happened? And of course, they get a little bit of information because they was trying to, because earlier, once he heard that growl and stuff, he went back up in the ranger station and he got his shotgun, okay? He got his shotgun prepared. And earlier when they first met him, he had told the story about how he was only here for 2 months and he got the job. And, you know, he was there 10 years ago at that time for only 2 months in the country. And he was there that night when the kid went missing. And, you know, he saw the rescue team or whatever come in. And next thing you know, he got knocked out by something. It never really said, but he got knocked out, and you saw him get knocked out. And like when he came to on the ground, he saw one of them things, you know, holding the boy. Like he could hear the boy screaming and shit like that. And I was like, oh shit. So you saw. And he was like, you know, legally he can't say what he saw, if he saw it. Okay, so after they get back to him now, they get the real story about how these things came about, how they practically been here since the beginning of time. Okay, it was like they could have been here when the country was Newfoundland, that went there when everything was together. Girl, don't get me talking about geometry. Geometry, girl, geometry, that ain't math. Okay, that's math. Geography. Girl, look at me. So that happened, and he was just basically like, the reason why they look the way that they look is because they probably mutated and inbreeding and stuff like that. And also, these national parks were not put up to, you know, protect the actual park. It's to protect people from going in there and to contain the ferals, okay? And they was like, what? Why don't they shut it down, and why do they leave it open to the public? Because of money. because of money. They was like, ever since this been going on, it'd be like 2,000 hikers or whatever people have been found missing or been said to be missing out of these parks when they come in there each year or something like that, or almost 2,000, something like that. And so they giving us a little brief history or whatever, and he needs to go on the radio to call the cops to, you know, get some help out here. And he also said, remember when them people came down there to come look for your child? Do you see how they had something to do, look like military or whatever? Yeah, them people, they wasn't there looking for your child. They was looking to you know, shoot down some of the ferals, you know, the creatures in the woods or whatever, to contain it a little bit more. They weren't looking for your child, okay? And then some of them didn't make it out, you know, because they got caught up with them things, and them things got them. And so while he going on the radio trying to find them, you know, he finally gets through. Next thing you know, when he said, yeah, we got a situation down here, I'ma need, and he paused because he heard something, and that thing was right behind him and started scratching up on him. And I was like, oh my God, not my baby, not my boo. Okay, protect him, okay, please don't let him die. Girl, of course he died. He put up a fight, but they tore his ass up because them motherfuckers started coming in through the windows, through the walls, through the sweat drop down their balls, okay? Oh, ski. Bitch, they just started coming in, okay? And then the couple left. They ran up out there, you know, shot one of them while they was over there, and they finally got my boo because he tripped. He tripped on a damn table and fell over, bitch, and they caught his ass. I said, damn, okay? Gotta be quicker than that, you know? Or I should say, gotta be more careful. Girl, they ripped my baby from the inside out. I said, oh, wow. Okay, that's what we're doing, you know? And so after that, they was up in the woods. And they get to the middle, and they hear some more of them things coming. And next thing you know, they was in the middle, and them motherfuckers had a whole ass circle around them. I said, oh, shit, what is about to happen? Next thing you know, they turn the camera this way. Girl, it's somebody sitting up on a throne of skeletons and bones and stuff, just like this, with a crown on their head. I said, who is this little prince? I said, oh my God, that's Jacob. The boy was still somewhat alive, but he was feral, okay? I hope I'm saying the word right, but y'all know what I'm saying, F-E-R-A-L, okay? He was that, teeth fucked up, he looked a little delayed, okay? You know, because he been up in the woods all his life, you know, with these crazy people. Bitch, girl, at this point, you know, he had the little compass. Girl, what this on my shirt? He had the compass on him, and that's how they knew that was their son. They was like, Jacob. And Jacob said, boo. They was like, oh yes, because that's what he was playing. It's like he recognized him, but the way he was couldn't overcompensate for that. It overcompensated for that, okay? Because listen, bitch, one of them things that had a cane walked out of there. I said, oh my God, y'all got y'all own language too? He was like, what are you doing? Who are these people? That's what he asked in their language. I said, oh, y'all got y'all own dialect too. Wow. And Jacob just sat there like this and said, After having that connection, knowing that that's their parent, I thought he was about to say, my parents. Girl, that motherfucker said, dinner. I said, oh no. It be your own kid. They've been out here trying to find your ass for the past 10 years, and you just sacrificed their ass up for a quick snack, bitch. And then some of the blood squirted on him, and he gonna lick it. I said, oh my God. Oh my God. He was a lost cause anyway. But that was basically it. The parents got it. Had they stayed home, they still would have been alive, okay? Basically, what I got out of this is beware of fucking scammers, okay? And don't go into the woods, okay? Keep your kids close, okay? And don't trust people. Girl, it was a cute episode. Wasn't the best, but it was cute. It was cute. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it now that y'all finally got the episode review. And I'll see y'all, I ain't gonna say Thursday, but hopefully it might be Thursday. If not, I'll definitely try to get it out Friday. All right, for the next episode, if there is one. I will see you guys later. Peace.